Okay, first of all, I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to graduate this great institution. And I'd like to thank my family and my parents for pushing me through all my years of education. Thank you.
Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for encouraging me these past 4 years to follow my dreams. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. To Kyle, thank you for being my emotional support these past 3 years. I appreciate and love you so much. To my registrar family, I wouldn't be where I am without you. You have been some of the greatest friends and supports over these years. I've been so blessed to work with you and so blessed to put on this commencement ceremony with you. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
To all my family and friends and faculty who have showed up to this amazing, long-awaited event, I want to thank you for all your help and just the love and support that you've given me over the years, and just be able to manage this crazy world called life, and just being able to help me grow and become the incredible young man that you all admire so much. Thank you. I love you all. God bless you.
Hi, my name's Hannah Bertram. I'm graduating from the College of Education. I have taken a position as an instructional strategist at Hoover Middle School for next school year. And I want to say thank you to my parents, Mark and Angie Bertram, for supporting me along this long journey throughout my college experience. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thank you, Mom, and my sister, and Harold for helping me through the last 5 years. You rock.
Thank you to all my family and friends who have gotten me through this year.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. I appreciate all your help and your love and support.
Thanks to my whole family and my dog, Eddie.
Also, thanks, Noel.
And thank you, Peter, you and I.
My name is Terry Calvick. I'm a non-traditional student. I just want to thank my kids, my family, and my friends for the support of allowing me to be able to come back to school and feel encouraged and fired up. And thank you and I, Go Panthers, for giving me the opportunity to complete my bachelor's.
Hi friends and family, I'm so excited to be graduating today. Thank you for everything you've done, and go Panthers!
Hi friends and family, thank you so much for all you've done for me at my time at UNI. I've had a really good time here, and I've enjoyed the person that I've grown to be, and I couldn't be here without you guys' help. So thank you all so much, and I love you very much.
Thanks, Mom and Dad,
for all your support in helping us reach this point.
Thank you, UNI faculty and staff,
for providing the resources we need to succeed.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, and everyone who supported me through my journey of college, and I can't wait to see what my next chapter brings.
I would like to thank my family, friends, and other loved ones for helping me through these last 4 years. And I would like to especially thank my inspiration, Robert Rush, who unfortunately passed a couple years ago. He was a UNI class member from 1985.
I wanted to say thank you to my mom, dad, and sister for all their support and encouragement over the past 4 years. And thank you so much to my friends and roommates for all of the fun memories. I couldn't have done it without you all.
Hi kiddos. Thank you so much for being such a huge part of my role here at UNI. You have given me so much time away from you, of hours of studying, and telling you to be quiet while I'm in Zoom meetings. So I appreciate you. I love you guys. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Erin McHugh. I'm majoring in mathematics teaching, and I would like to thank my mom, dad, my siblings, my girlfriend Alex, and everyone else who has supported me at UNI, including my friends and professors. I have loved every minute at UNI, and they've made me the teacher that I'm so excited to be for my middle schoolers.
I just want to say that my journey has been exciting, difficult to say the least, and I never thought that I would see the finish line. I just want to thank my supporters. I've had many through the years, people that really believed in me, but most of all, the people that pushed me to continue this journey is my kids. I just want to tell them thank you for always believing in me, always supporting me and pushing me to be a better person and the person that I've become today. So I just want to say thank you, and I'm excited. Yay! That's it.
that happens again.
and esteemed guests, welcome to the 2022 spring commencement of the University of Northern Iowa. Please rise for the graduating students. representatives of the faculty of the University of Northern Iowa. President of the University of Northern Iowa, Dr. Mark A. Nook, and the Platform Party.
Students, faculty, staff, and esteemed guests, both here in person and online through our live stream, I bid you welcome to the Spring 2022 commencement exercises of the University of Northern Iowa, which will now be in order. My name is John Valentine, and I am serving as your commencement marshal. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Ms. Michelle Monroe, instructor of voice, accompanied by the Northern Iowa Symphony Orchestra from the School of Music. The colors will be presented by the University of Northern Iowa ROTC Honor Guard.
By the dawn's early light, what so bright
Please be seated. At this time, I have the honor of introducing the members of the Platform Party. All those introduced should please remain standing until the introductions have been completed, and I ask that applause be withheld until all have been introduced. Dr. Mark Nook, President of the University of Northern Iowa. Dr. Jose Herrera, Provost and Executive Vice President. Dr. Michael Hager, Senior Vice President for Finance and Operations. Dr. Heather Harbach, Vice President for Student Life. Mr. James Jermeyer, Vice President for University Advancement. Dr. Patrick Pease, Associate Provost for Academic Affairs. Dr. John Fritsch, Dean of the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences. Ms. Teresa Westbrook, Dean of the Library. Dr. Francis Degnan, Chair of the Faculty Senate and Associate Professor of Philosophy. Ms. Greta Berghammer, Professor, Department of Theater. Ms. Samantha Bennett, President, Northern Iowa Student Government, student speaker, and candidate for a Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics, Statistics, and Actuarial Science. Ms. Alizanne Struck, Vice President, Northern Iowa Student Government, and Ms. Amy Williams, interpreter. Thank you. At this time, please welcome the President of the University of Northern Iowa, Dr. Mark Nook.
Honored guests and members of the Platform Party, faculty and staff of the University of Northern Iowa, family, friends of our graduates, and especially tonight's honored graduates. Welcome to the 2022 Spring Commencement Exercises of the University of Northern Iowa. It's an honor for me to be with you tonight. Parents and families, tonight we celebrate these graduates. Here at the University of Northern Iowa, we always try to help everyone, our students, our faculty and staff, reach three important goals: their educational goals, their professional goals, and as importantly, their personal life goals. We gather tonight to celebrate these graduates as they have reached one of those educational goals here at the University of Northern Iowa. We know that as we come together, we're celebrating the attainment of that degree. But what we're really celebrating, what the faculty and staff understand, is we're celebrating the hard work that's gone into this degree, the commitment that you as graduates have made to your education, to helping each other get to this point in your education. We're celebrating your resilience. It has been an interesting last couple of years across this country and especially on our campus. It has taken resilience to get to this point, even without a pandemic, but especially with a pandemic. So we're here to say congratulations and to honor the hard work and the commitment that you have made. In getting to this place, you have been led and guided by our faculty and staff, and especially our faculty. And I'd like to ask the faculty to stand and be recognized by all of us for the commitment they have made to your education. Faculty? Thank you. As I've talked with alumni across the country, the one thing that I hear over and over again from those alums is the stories of individual faculty that have impacted their lives while they were here at the university. And I know that many of you have a faculty member that has made a huge difference in your life while you were here. And in years to come, I'm sure, as I have a chance to meet you as an alum, you'll share some of those stories of a faculty member that went out of their way to help you, whether it was in a class or in an advising session, or a staff member, or even a departmental administrative assistant who was there when you needed them most. So to our faculty and staff, thank you for what you have done in these young people's lives. Your impact as faculty is central to what we do here at the University of Northern Iowa. The University of Northern Iowa the one thing that I hear over and over from our students and from people who come to this campus is the strong sense of community, that connection that our faculty make with students, the connection that our students make with faculty, but the connection they also make with each other. Today we honored a gentleman that graduated in 1974. He brought with him to that celebration the first person he met on this campus in freshman orientation. They have been lifelong friends. I know many of you have similar lifelong friends that you made while you were here because of the strong sense of community here at the University of Northern Iowa. Students, we always talk about the impact of the faculty, but they know and continue to tell me about the impact that you have on this university. We're here to celebrate your graduation. We're also here to celebrate the impact that you have at this institution. It's your hard work, it's your commitment to your education, the education of the other students in your classes and in your degree programs. The relationships that you have built, the way that you have changed this university through impacting in the classroom, through student organizations, through athletics that you've participated in, through engagement in the community. This university would not be the same without you. You have changed us and are an important part of the institution of the University of Northern Iowa. So thank you for making a difference here at the University of Northern Iowa. Today you will see that some of our candidates are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords. The honor cord indicates that these students have served, are serving, or will be serving our country in the military. This recognition is well-deserved, and we are deeply grateful for their service and bravery, which affords us our freedoms. If you are a graduating student and are a current member of the military or a veteran, please stand and accept our thanks. We recognize that there are many veterans and members of the military in our audience today as well. If you are a veteran or a member of the military, would you please rise and allow us to thank you for your bravery and for your service?
At this time, please welcome Dr. Francis Degnan, Chair of the Faculty Senate and Associate Professor in the Department of Philosophy and World Religions.
I have the honor, on the behalf of the faculty, to offer my congratulations to all of you as today's graduates. The degree you are receiving is from an institution that values the quality of your education, is invested in your experiences as both students and alumni, and is dedicated to providing quality faculty with diverse backgrounds to teach its students. But we hope you have learned more than just technical skills. Each generation attempts to build on the accomplishments of the previous generation while also correcting some of its mistakes. In the ceremony, we are passing the baton to you. We'll hope you'll think not just about what you can get from this degree, although that too is important, but also how your life will impact your children and their next generation. We have challenged you, we have pushed you, but we have also learned from you. We are very proud of your accomplishments. At this time, please direct your attention to the screen behind and over my head as representatives of the faculty provide their congratulations.
Congratulations. The one thing that I hope you learn from your UNI education is that you are ready. You are equipped to take on anything that comes your way. You will compete against the doubts in your own mind and doubts that are thrown at you. But don't quit, don't be discouraged, and don't expect everything to be laid at your feet. You'll have to work hard. You'll have to make tough decisions. Use the awesome tools and the knowledge from your years at UNI to move forward, to accomplish great things. and to succeed in life, whatever success means for you. Go out and show the world what a UNI grad can do. Congratulations.
On behalf of the College of Education faculty and staff, I wish you our warmest congratulations and best wishes for your next chapter. You are here today as graduates of the class of 22 because you set a goal and you persevered. You faced challenges both inside and outside the classroom, and you showed grit and resilience. Along the way, you were supported by your friends and family. Be sure to thank them today as they share in your accomplishment. As a UNI graduate, be proud to be part of the UNI Panther family. We sure are proud of you.
Muchas felicidades a todos los graduandos y graduandas por sus logros en la Universidad del Norte de Iowa. Estamos orgullosos de ustedes y de lo que harán en el futuro. Enhorabuena.
Congratulations to all the graduating students, and thank you for entrusting us with the daunting responsibility of guiding you and seeing you through a challenging educational journey that culminates in this commencement ceremony today. This is your day. Take a moment to let it sink in. Celebrate the momentous achievement, and then go forth and shine and take great comfort in the knowledge that you have received a first-rate education from UNI. We are so very proud of you. Once again, congratulations.
On behalf of the Division of Continuing Education and Special Programs, I would like to congratulate our students graduating with degrees in General Studies, Individual Studies Health Sciences, and Bachelor of Liberal Studies. You have accomplished great things and your future is bright. Congratulations on your outstanding achievement. We wish you a lifetime of learning and success.
You have demonstrated spirit, grit, and tenacity working your way towards your graduation today. As you move forward, continue to develop your inner resources, create positive change in the world, and use the wealth of knowledge and the many skills you have gained in your years at UNI to craft professional paths forward in your fields of study. The UNI Panther community will be with you every step of the way.
I am so proud of you. You have worked so hard and reached this significant accomplishment in your journey. You have demonstrated that you were capable of achieving academic success in the past. I believe you will do even better in the future. Best wishes for you to have a wonderful career and bright future.
We now proceed to the recognition and award of honors. Dr. Jose Herrera, Provost and Executive Vice President of the University, will recognize those candidates honored for their superior record in scholarship.
Dr. Valentine, esteemed guests, you may have noticed that some of our candidates today are wearing bronze medallions. This medallion indicates these students are graduating with summa cum laude honors, which means they have achieved an academic level which places them in the top 3% of their academic class. The university is very proud to recognize these candidates at this time. Would the summa cum laude candidates please rise so we may recognize and honor you. Thank you and congratulations. Students graduating with magna cum laude honors have earned a grade point average, placing them in the top 4 through the top 8% of those students graduating from their academic college or division. And they are wearing purple honor cords. Will the magna cum laude candidates please rise so we may recognize and honor you. Congratulations. Students graduating cum laude have earned a grade point average, placing them in the top 9 through the top 15% of those students graduating from their academic college or division, and they're all wearing gold honor cords. Will the cum laude candidates please rise so we may recognize and honor you. Thank you and congratulations.
We now proceed to the recognition of the Purple and Old Gold Award recipients. Dr. John Fritsch, Dean of the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences, will recognize those candidates honored for their outstanding achievements and scholarship.
The Purple and Old Gold Award is the highest award given by the University of Northern Iowa. Named after the university colors, the traditional awards were first presented at commencement ceremonies in 1939. One student is selected from each discipline that has demonstrated outstanding academic success. Students wear a bronze medal to symbolize their achievements, are noted in the commencement program, and a permanent notation is made on their academic transcript. The university is very proud to recognize these candidates at this time. Would the Purple and Old Gold recipients please rise so we may recognize and honor you.
Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Alison Struck, Vice President of Northern Iowa Student Government.
Hello, everyone. It's an honor to speak with you on one of the most celebratory days during your time at the University of Northern Iowa. It has been my greatest privilege to serve as your student body vice president this past year. I'm so honored to have represented you all during a part of your UNI journey. Through your decision to come to UNI and your involvement on campus, you have made valuable contributions to this institution. You've created lifelong memories and gained the indispensable knowledge that will guide you wherever your future may lead. This university is incredibly privileged to have been a part of your life and is excited to see where you go next. Take what you have learned here and make UNI proud to call you an alum. Thank you for all that you've done at UNI, and congratulations to each and every one of you. Enjoy this evening and go Cats!
At these exercises, it has become our pleasant custom to ask a member of the graduating class to deliver an address to their fellow students. Dr. John Fritsch, Dean of the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences, will introduce this year's speaker.
President Milk, I'm confident that you know our student speaker. I'm also confident that many of her classmates know her, as she is their student body president. But please allow me to introduce her to the rest of you. Samantha Bennett is graduating this evening with a degree in actuarial science and mathematics and a certificate in French studies. She has already passed 2 of the actuarial exams, and she will be starting a job with Sampson Financial Group in Des Moines this summer. And remarkably, she is a 3rd-generation Panther. Samantha has been a visible and important presence on our campus for the past 4 years. Her involvement has been quite varied, from working in the Panther Plot Garden to serving as a desk assistant at Lothar Hall, from being a presidential scholar to being a DJ at KULT 94.5 The Cult, and from frequenting $5 Sushi Fridays at 23rd Street Market to serving as our student body president this year. I'm pleased to introduce to you Samantha Bennett.
Hi, Panthers. It's wonderful to see you all. My name is Samantha Bennett, and I've had the great privilege of serving as your student body president. Today, I also have the privilege of graduating alongside all of you. Now, as an actuarial science student, I've had many a tough assignment over my 4 years here. During the long nights I'd spent in ROD, hunched over my homework that never seemed to end, punching numbers into my little BA 2+ calculator, and trying not to outwardly cry in frustration when my number for variance came out negative again, one question would always pop into my head. What am I doing this for? Those frustratingly long readings, the lengthy Zoom calls, the times we had to trek to class in sub-zero temperatures just to find a note on the door that said our professor canceled class, which was especially frustrating because we know they know how to send an email. What did we do that for? We did that so that we could be here, ready to, in a few short moments, walk across this stage, shake a few hands, and get a piece of paper that tells everyone just how much we endured to do so. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you that you should be proud today, and it's really easy to brush that off or downplay it, whatever, yeah, I'm graduating. Well, I say don't. Resist the urge to be humble today, because put this into context. Feel the full weight of what it means to be here, in this gown, wearing this cap, and walking across this stage. Remember what you did so that you could experience this. You dedicated years of your life, hundreds of hours, and so many late nights and early mornings to reach this moment. Now, maybe the sheer scale is too big to grasp quite yet, and maybe it doesn't hit you until tomorrow afternoon, or a week from now, or when you're driving away from a cloud later today. But I hope it hits you soon, and I hope you're proud, really, truly crazy proud of yourself. You deserve to be. You more than earned the right to be, because our diplomas will read Class of 2022. And not only does that mean you worked incredibly hard to learn so much, but you did it during years when the world felt like it was on fire, and just being here at all felt so heavy and so hard. Getting up in the morning and going out into the world felt in of itself like hard work, and you kept going. You worked towards a college degree on top of that. All those weeks where it felt like you were up to your ears in assignments, where you had monster papers to write, impossible homeworks to finish, and way too many exams to study for, thinking, how am I ever going to get through this week? And then you did. You got through every single one of those. So people are going to tell you, be proud. And maybe those words have lost their meaning by now, but I am going to tell you again. Be proud of yourself. Not everyone achieves this. Not everyone can make it here. So please, be proud. Remember all you went through to get to this point, and keep this in context. Remember the person you were at the start of this and how much different you are now. How much you learned and changed along your journey at UNI. And remember the people who helped you get there, who shaped you and your experiences. The ones who made it so you didn't have to spend those long nights in Rod alone. The ones whose presence beside you in lecture made it that much more bearable. The ones who shared a meal with you in Rialto, or a coffee in Mocker, or time anywhere. Know that you were that person for someone too. That your presence at UNI made someone else's experience better. You have all changed this campus and its people for good. Now, some of you have your plans laid out, a job lined up, and a new journey mapped out, and some of you don't know where you're going yet. To which I say, worry about it tomorrow. Life always works itself out, maybe not as quickly as we'd like, but it'll get there. So just celebrate today. Above all, I hope that you were able to take what UNI has taught you and use it to create a life that you can be proud of. Know that there are opportunities out there waiting for you. People you've yet to meet who are going to love you, and lives you've yet to touch that will be changed by you. It has been an honor to speak with you all on one of the most celebratory days during your time at the University of Northern Iowa. Thank you for your time, all 4 or so years of it, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. I am so proud of you. And once again, congratulations on your achievements.
Thank you, Samantha. It's been a pleasure to serve with Sam as she has served you as the Northern Iowa Student Government President. Thank you for that great address. Really appreciate it.
At this time, Dr. Patrick Pease, Associate Provost for Academic Affairs, will present the candidates for master's degrees from the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences. Those candidates will please rise.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the Graduate College and the university, I have the honor to present to you these candidates who have successfully fulfilled the requirements for their respective degrees. I am pleased to commend them to you for the awarding of those degrees.
Thank you, Associate Provost Pease. By the virtue of the authority granted by the State of Iowa to the State Board of Regents, and by them delegated to me, I hereby grant to each of you, as appropriate and qualified, the degree of Master of Arts, Masters of Music, or Master of Science, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. I now pronounce you graduates of the University of Northern Iowa.
The graduates will now be individually recognized. Ms. Greta Berghammer, professor in the Department of Theater, will read the names of the graduates. Graduates will be greeted by deans, department heads, and faculty members as they leave the stage.
Lauren Mary Coates. Lexi Miley. Ellie Mary Gates. Johanna Opal Cravata. Adiana Lynn Weimers. Ellie Ann Murphy. Courtney Rose Banwart. Taylor Lynn Kleesner. Kelsey Trang Nguyen. Rachel Rebecca Carney. Raylyn Marie Murphy. Allison Marie Preibel. Emma Sue Anderson. Callista Danae Rude. Elizabeth Ann Waters. Olivia Marie Thompson. Caitlin Christy Jackson. Allison Courtney Freeman. Catherine Lillian Danielson. Abigail Marie Ranchow. Brenna Ray Howard. Amy Jo Wethington. Kristen Nicole Wilcox. Madison May Simon. Julia Ray Brewer. Taylor Louise Tokan. Kylie Napper. Courtney Lynn Sutton. Harley Lynn Schutte. Keegan Elizabeth Hutchinson. Melinda Sue Rupolo. Annette Marie Modry. Javon Dwayne Eborn. Brandon Mark James Whitish. Colin Joseph Evers. Cody Allen Schnabel. Molly Elise Thomas. Luke Sanders. Kyle Hayden Punt. Brianna Lee Stainbrook. Omid Juya. Jacob Philip Riggle. Sapshari Sunandram. Jeremy Raymond Abels. Anna Marie Shapiro. Max Louis Daniel Pizarro. Rebecca A. Miawa. Alexis Taylor Williams. Shannon Lee Cross. Peyton Smith. Cecilia Love Mitchell. Natalie Elizabeth Noel Ross. Emma Elise Newton. Charlie Ann Myers. Michael John Cordick. We got that organized eventually.
Esteemed guests, can we give all of our master's degrees awardees a big round of applause? As we continue our ceremony, and while all of us are proud and excited to see our graduates cross the stage today and receive their diplomas, we respectfully ask that you refrain from using air horns, cowbells, sirens, and other celebratory instruments during the ceremony. As your graduate crosses the stage, please quickly conclude your applause so that the audience can hear the name of the next candidate. Thank you. The Provost of the University, Dr. Jose Herrera, will now present the candidates for the bachelor's degrees from their respective units. The audience will find the disciplines of study for each college listed in the commencement program.
Thank you, Dr. Valentine. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree please stand? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the university, I have the honor to present you these candidates who have successfully fulfilled the requirements for their respective bachelor's degree. I am pleased to commend them to you for the awarding of those degrees.
Thank you, Provost Herrera. By virtue of the authority granted by the state of Iowa to the State Board of Regents, and by them delegated to me, I hereby grant to each of you as appropriate and as qualified the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, or Bachelor of Science, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. I now pronounce you graduates of the University of Northern Iowa. You may move your tassel to the right side of your cap. Left side.
Please be seated. We will now individually recognize the graduates. Ms. Greta Berghammer will read the names of the graduates, and graduates will be greeted by deans, department heads, and faculty members as they leave the stage.
Jessica Rose Feiner. Celeste Noel Eddy. Kiana Elizabeth Briner. Sydney Marie Hauser. Isabel Marie Hooker. Emily Lynn Fannin. Sarah Ruth Landfear. Lily Rosemarie Gast. Alexandra Nicole Klinsky. Ethan Brandon Glenn. Gabrielle Champion. Jack Edward Blomquist. Jacob Kelly Chaplin. Sarah Millie Bessler. Tony Joan Fortman. Olivia Catherine Fain. Emma Rose Carr. Madeline Marie Ludwig. Abby J. Eilenfeld. Jamie Lee Glowacki. Lauren Ashley Henderson. Allie Jo Gerbrock. Vanessa Rose Gonzalez. Morgan Elizabeth Knapp. Kennedy Ann Kruger. Haley Corinne Hughes. Antonio Deontay Thornton. Lauren Jean Conley. Trishawn Diana Elaine Anthony. Kelsey Ann DeBrouwer. Molly Marissa Bach. Brock Isaac Guerrero. Travis Dudan Lambu Kalanga. Callie Joe Cash. Sierra Joy Breitspecker. Kylie Jean Billings. Caitlin Nicole Hediger. Harmony Marie Clark. Ellie Elaine Bennett. Michael Shane Bowman. Garrett Matthew Friday. Carly Ray Haskin. Kristen Rosemary Huttinger. Eric John Israel. Casey Clubb. Leah Ruth Evans. Cade Stephen Bice. Cameron Bennett Corson. Ryan Mark Bohan. Jacob Michael Renda. Theodore Lewis Lockley. Christian Job Buck. Logan Scott Dutton. Natalie Justine Betancourt. Brianna Ashley Augustus. Nicholas Dean Johnson. Kaylee Elaine Romas. Emily Page Dingman. Peyton Kelly. Owen Allen Gotch. Carla Ann DeBryan. Jasmary Irazo. Caitlin Jane Bramwell. Sadie Hilton. Jacob Coons. Jared Allen Lowe. Joshua William Ferris. Colin Jeffrey Horning. Janessa Ann Klein. Rebecca K. Bell. Nicole Lynn Hassenstad. Samantha Elaine Carpenter. Kyle Logan Holden. Nermina Kovacevic. Dino Delmir Kudic. Mary Jacqueline Funk. Abigail Marie Flint. Tyler Grant Kajeski. Leah Ray Gibbons. Megan Grace Kramer. Jordan Elizabeth Barragy. Kelsey Ray Asplund. Jordan Marie Hegel. Riley Megan Freidinger. Madeline Marie Inman. Madeline Marie Davis. Christopher Ray Bryce. Nicholas Roy England. Joelle Marie Kielkopf. Claire Michelle Bierman. Hannah Elaine Benavides. Courtney Lynn Johnson. Clay Thomas Harland. Kaylee Hanson. Drew Hayes Kingery. Emily Clara Culbertson. Dory May Clausen. Hannah Grace Huggins. Molly Marie Lawrence. Alyssa Marie Carpita. Kayla Darian Fink. Abigail Jane Johnson. Brianna Marie Billings. Rachel Lee Gross. Alexis Ann Harpinaugh. Noelle Nicole James. Samantha Ann Balk. Kirsten Ann Bruner. Madeline McKay Sweeney Fahey. Cameron Elizabeth Arps. Elizabeth Renee Freeman. Susan Alvario. Dylan Thomas Howard. Grace Marie Erpelding. Samira Haberman. Gavin Christopher Hobbs. Tyler Scott Anderson. Jared Everett King. Henry Campbell Luker. Chase Orrin Henderson. Lauren Elizabeth Cummings. Ellie Lauren Hahn. Hannah Nicole Butler. Aaron James Kirchman. Preston Thomas Krugenberg. Jacob Thomas Helmuth. Gavin Michael Klein. Darnell William Evalek. Noah Michael Dobson. Cameron Dean Fulcher. Blake Anthony Mitchell Esker. Trey Joseph Davis. Jack Timothy Johnson. Christy Ann Eberhart. Madison Foley. Megan May Bartels. Taylor Nicole Brown. Khalid El Rashidi. Suleiman Al Hudayfi. Olivia Christine Johnson. Kayla Grace Fulcher. Miriam Abigail Carrillo. Lennon Lind James. Olivia Taylor Leach. Cassie Bly. Morgan Lee Capping. Mara Nicole Freilich. Xander Jalen Ketchum. Richard Terry Latham. Audrey Eleanor Powers. Joshua Ray Holtz. Alexander Stephen Scherder. Shifei Zhao Schultz. Tyler John Steffensmeyer. Carter James Seitzinger. Reagan Renee Mazur. Spencer Jared Richard Larson. Taylor James Westfall. Kayla Alexis Sergio. Sergio Carlos Suarez. Easton Robert Smith. Megan Sue Rex. Elizabeth Ann Wessels. Caitlin Jean Moore. Damian Spratt. Christian Charles Smith. Jared Reese Spurgeon. Catherine Ann Wolford. Tori Ellen Niemeyer. Justin Edward Witt. Bailey Renee Moyle. Shelby Ray McGriff. Eric Patrick Spenceri. Aaron McHugh. Maxwell Carter Tenson. Samantha Leah Bennett. Susanna Malin Moore. Travis Michael Peterson. Garrison Wayne Holk. Alex Thomas Gable. Manuel Villa. Nathan Allen Willem. Noah Lee Zucker. Caleb Lee Kennan. Brett Scott Geisler. Samuel Joseph Stickline. Blaine Carlisle Banowitz. Matthew Daniel Rush. Eric Daniel Stillmonks. Jacob Yeager. Frederick Lyle Paulson. Jevin Michael Manderscheid. Matthew Fournay. Brent Arthur Tier. Andrew Jeffrey Welty. Blake Evan Baskerville. Lucas Mulder. Parkus John Wilterdink. Max Anthony Mueller. Wilson Parks McNaughton. Thomas Patrick Reif. Katie Rose Wheeler. Melody Josephine Trucano. Dhruv Bunkum Patel. Haley Autumn Wrights. Hunter Douglas Rose. Brandon Michael Wynn. Gabriel Thomas Stout. Brian Walter Schmidt. Samuel Dwayne Trainer. Ryan Oswald. Elizabeth K. Shields. Brooke Madison Wilmashore. Maggie Jo Murphy. Jacob Daniel Van Gorp. Tessa Corinne Van Manen. Mary Margaret McCoy. Luke Douglas Nading. Samuel Pym. Danielle Marie Hanning. Mitchell Joe Newsel. Brady Curtis Fife. Sam Griffin Short. Christian Perez. Emily May Person. JC Claire Peeler. Irene Rose Swanson. Andrew James Piper. Abigail Ray Parcher. Kane Michael Quist Olison. Samuel Dwayne Smith. Gregory Stephen Novi. Matthew Michael Watson. Haley Grace Finch. Megan Michelle Trimble. Adam Alexander Ramker. Michael Glenn Moore. Michael John Reaney. Haley Alexis Merriman. Madeline Ann Olson. Ebony Devon Springfield. Jerome Orlando Taylor Jr. Troy Jean Miller. Gavin Richard Tierney. Katie Marie Tryon. Megan Michelle Studer. Anna Michelle Wood. Taylor Moraine Murray. Nicholas Robert Steffens. Shelby Stender. Brianna Marie Schaefer. Sadie Elizabeth McFarland. Abigail Marie Waddell. Jacob Michael Reed. Mackenzie Ann Vasky. Gabrielle Marie Wenker. Michael David Svenzinski. Emma Rose Slagle. Ellie Christine Ryder. Madeline Marsh. Jolie Page Seitz. Jacob Robert Nelson. Paul Hefner Pease. Kenzie Hannah Thompson. Hayla Isabel Oldswold. Gretchen Ramirez Pendleton. Hannah Miller. Brinley K. White. Macy Marie Wunschel. Glory Isabel Meyer. Aaron K. Miller. Riley Leah McDaniel. Zhenhan Jia. Yuchen Wang. Celia Camille Mariner. Chao Su. Mitchell Joseph McCuniff. Okay, shall we do this? Samuel James Sweary. Alexander J. Overturf. Robert B. Williams. Andrew Charles Olson. Justine Michelle Williamson. Danielle Jean Schmaltz. Elizabeth Lavon McCrae. Bradley Gary Krug. Noelle Nicole Sampson. Marissa Caroline Nora Shell. Whitney Claire Struken. T. Musgrove. Emma Kathleen Schwarm. Caitlin Marie Stein. Meredith Ann Standing. Haley Heidi Lynn Weeman. Haley Ann Canute. Colton Jean Shipman. Ryan Matthew Thiel. Shayla May Matthews. Natalie Dale Parker. Rose Lori Kirkson. Alexandra Lynn Warren. Kaylee Rose Casper. Sophie Marie Roberts. Anna Rose McCoy. Valerie Marie Rinken. Emma Ellen Schmidt. Precious Joshua Oshaba. Estefania Ravasio Corrales. Tyler Lynn Vandaloon. Tia Ann Tornier. Ava Elizabeth Schaefer. Bailey Paige Tagg. Emma Sue Tyson. Sydney Rose McPhee. Joseph Sterling Thrall. Nolan Michael Rochford. Kellen Thomas Schmidt. Evan Suckamel. Jeffrey Schuyler Six. Latrell Rashawn Vance. Jamie Lynn Steinman. Thanks, everyone.
Esteemed guests and graduates, it is now my privilege to introduce Mr. James Jermeyer, Vice President for University Advancement.
Greetings, distinguished guests, faculty, students, families, and friends. On behalf of the nearly 123,000 UNI alumni, I extend congratulations to you, members of the class of 2022. You have earned a degree from the University of Northern Iowa, and you should be proud of this momentous accomplishment. Your time here as a student was brief compared to what commences today. Your lifelong experience as an alum of this great institution. I encourage you to stay engaged with UNI. As a UNI graduate, your active participation in the life of the university will help you continue to develop personally, enhance the value of your degree, and will advance UNI to new heights. At this time, I ask all UNI alumni in the audience to please stand and applaud the newest members of our UNI alumni family. Again, congratulations to all of you, our newest UNI graduates.
Graduates, I want you to help me recognize someone. It's a special night, and you're a special class. The woman that read your names tonight has been reading names at this university since 1995. She will soon retire from this institution and represents many of the fabulous faculty who have gone before her and are retired from this institution. It's a pleasure to work with you, Greta. Greta has read names for 41 different commencement ceremonies. It's estimated that she has read the names of more than 15,000 of our graduates and alumni. Congratulations and thank you, Greta. Graduates, would you all please rise? Friends, neighbors, everyone in attendance, please join me in congratulating the newest alums of the University of Northern Iowa. Thank you. You may be seated. We all love you, Greta. Graduates, one thought. I encourage you to do something special. You've seen the love we have for Greta. I know that many of you have faculty members, some seated here, some that weren't able to be with us tonight, staff members. You may have friends or high school teachers, a parent, a grandparent, someone who has made a difference in your life, someone without whom you would not be sitting here tonight. I encourage you, I ask you to take a moment. Get out a piece of paper or a postcard. Write them a letter by hand. Find a stamp. You can get them at a post office or at Hy-Vee at the customer service counter. They're little square things. They go in the upper left corner or upper right corner. The faculty knows that I'm left-right challenged, so it goes in the upper right corner. Write them a note. Tell them how much what they have done for you means. In this day of electronic messages and text messages and shouts out on Twitter, a handwritten note means more than you can imagine. I received one today and personally know what a difference it can make to an individual. Take the time to say thank you in a very personal and private way to someone that's touched your life, whether they're a faculty or a staff member at this institution, a family member, someone back home that was a teacher that helped you get here. Thank you for taking that time to do that. I'm now going to ask several people in the audience to rise. As I ask individuals to rise, please stay standing until I am done asking others to rise. If you are the spouse or life partner of one of today's graduates, would you please rise? If you are the child of one of today's graduates, would you please rise? If you are the parents or guardian of one of today's graduates, would you please rise? Now, don't sit down, and if I've already asked you to stand up, stand up. Don't sit down. If you are the fiancé of one of our graduates today, would you please rise? If you are the grandparents of one of our graduates, would you please rise? If you are the great-grandparents of one of our graduates, would you please rise? If you are a sibling of one of our graduates, would you please rise? If you are the aunt, uncle, or cousin of one of today's graduates, would you please rise? If you are a University of Northern Iowa faculty member and has taught one of our graduates, would you please rise? If you are a University of Northern Iowa staff member or administrator and has supported one of these graduates, would you please rise? If you are a current or former teacher, coach, or mentor to one of our graduates tonight, would you please rise? If you are a friend of one of tonight's graduates, would you please rise? If you in some way, shape, or form know one of our graduates, would you please rise? Graduates, look around you. You've been supported by the people standing in this arena throughout your life, but especially in your college career. In many cases, they have washed your laundry, they have cooked meals, they have provided you with financial support. They have been there, they are your support network. None of you would be here without them. Join me in congratulating your support system. Thank you. Everyone, please remain standing and join in the singing of the University of Northern Iowa alma mater, presented on the video board by the UNI Varsity Men's Glee Club. The words can be found in the program as well as on the order of events all guests received.
please be seated for our final announcements. Please direct your attention to the top of the McLeod Center. At this time, we would like to thank conductor Dr. Eric Rohde and the Northern Iowa Symphony Orchestra students for their music tonight. We ask that all graduates and audience members remain in place until after the President's Party has exited the McLeod Center. At that time, all graduates will be escorted up the stairs to the concourse. All audience members should remain at their seats until all graduates have traversed the stairs. These commencement exercises being now completed, please rise for the recessional of the President's Party. The spring commencement exercises of 2022 for the University of Northern Iowa are now adjourned.